That's risky, but it is game number 1. How do you think they're gonna, just even it out, right? They have one more pick.
He can Brody here even.
Yeah.
Just go faster.
Right? Just speed up the early game as soon as possible. Don't even give him an opportunity. But they're going to go with the Beatrix. At the very least, we know that when we see a Yeep and as well as the Beatrix taking down tier 1s, not even an issue half the time. And with the amount of control that they have in that mid lane, ooh, it's looking good. It's looking good.
It definitely could work, right? So, Coach Zico, before you go, which draft do you like better?
I will go for Blacklist.
Blacklist. All right. Thank you so much, Coach Zico, for coming here, shedding some light to us on the caster desk. It's been wonderful perspective coming out from you. And hopefully we get to see you for game 2, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we'll miss you.
But it was fun. How was he going to the score?
I know, right? Producers, help us out here.
Just when we were starting to get comfortable as well. Thank you so much, Coach Zico. I really appreciate having your insights here off the desk. But it's time. Soon we're going to be jumping into this game, and we're going to see both of these teams battle it out, and especially for Occupy Thrones. This is Tournament Lives. It doesn't matter if they drop a single game. They need to win the series.
All or nothing for both Occupy as well as Blacklist as we enter the Land of Dawn for game number 1.
Checking out the rotations, it looks like it's a counter start. It's purple for King Wise, and of course orange here for Leo, the 7-foot-tall jungler from Occupy.
The 7-foot-tall jungler? I feel like every single time you bring it up, he adds another foot to his height.
I don't know what they feed him over there.
As we see the early game actually start to pan out, right? We're seeing Occupying Thrones, and especially for Maro, nothing too out of the ordinary, but especially on that top side where Glue is going to be strong into this Arlott matchup. For now, until we start seeing the scaling happen, the information has been scouted out. They know Fredrin is moving towards the bottom side of the map.
Now that's what makes it so curious for me, right? The way that both of these teams are playing, because honestly, if I were Blacklist, I'd probably put most of my bets onto the EXP lane just so Venus can get that level 4 quicker. However, perhaps maybe because, oh, wait a minute,
here we
something might be
go.
going on.
Down bottom. That's some action started out by Blacks International. Oh, first blood drawn by Leo on King Wise. What just goes on here?
I mean, they snagged him out. Again, Xavier, he's able to capitalize on these small situations. Even though he's not level 4 and he doesn't have that scaling to his name just yet, the follow-up is so very quick. The movement speed you get from his gates, especially when they are enhanced with a wider range, does 2 things at once.
And here we were saying that it was Occupy who needed time.
Yeah, very interesting, but here we go. Leo goes in again.
Oh.
Look
at that. Agent Zero. He's not going to recall. Interesting. Already turtle up.
That was very close. And look at them just really wreaking havoc here in the early game and the way that they're able to control this upper side of the map. Look at Alpha, look at Maro, the way that they're positioned. They're trying to zone you away as well as Venus, so Leo can get this uncontested.
That's 4 men taking it. Clear victory here for Occupy Thrones. And they're going to oblige. Oh my Venus here, pulling over Leo. Spends that retribution, slowing down the Queen. They are deep behind enemy territory. Look at Wise. Oh, Grand Theft Orange.
Yep, he's going to make sure that he, at least, I'm not going to be there for the turtle, so therefore I'm going to take all of your jungle while I'm down on the bottom side of the map. Make sure that at least there is some kind of cash flow working for Blacklist International. I will say, though, they were holding Edward quite a while up on that top side of the map. And by the way, Unbending Will.
That is a bending wheel, but now look at mid lane. RWM by Yue, but it's not going to be enough to save Oh my Venus. Leo gets another. Alpha gets on out of there. Not enough damage from Owl just yet. What's going on? Occupy's winning the last 2 or 3 big engagements here.
Yeah, you can see that being reflected to their economy, right? 1,200 gold lead already. And this is completely the opposite of what we expected from the drafting phase. Blacklist with the Beatrix, with the Fermis, and even the Eve, especially after level 4, should be able to have more say when these team fights go down. But what we're seeing is the exact opposite. How are they doing this?
I think a lot of this is to the testament of Leo, right? His mechanics are keeping him extremely sharp. He's maxing out his stacks just so when he does go in for the puncture, it really hurts, or even the Thorn Rose, right? For the rest of the team, and especially for Owl, he's got to play it a little safer because he knows that Occupy have hounded him on this bottom side.
Owl forces a flicker, but the DJ comes in! Owl didn't see that coming! He goes down! That's a kill going over to Occupy once more, and they're pressuring gold lane. Look at Oh My Venus and Wise. There's only so much they can do. Underneath this tier 1 down bottom, Leo dives in. That's a fan execution spent in, plus a puncture. Force the flicker from the Queen. Leo gets the kill. And there's the RWM by Yue, and they're still going to punish Wise. Vengeance going down, and here we go. Split from the glue. There's the final slash flickering on out. Occupy traded.
Oh, what a rotation here. They're calling in Alpha. They're calling in all the guns to make sure that whenever they make a movement, they can capitalize on it 120%. They're not leaving it to chance, and I feel like Blacklist, they're trying to be as hyper-efficient as they can, but a couple of missed mechanics, a couple of unfortunate positions, even with the RWM at times, you can see that maybe for the newcomers, the new bloods even, a little bit of nerves, but keep in mind, Edward is going to be looking to the rest of them. They're going to be trusting in the Queen's call overall to make sure that the team stays tight as possible. So it only gets better for better here on out for Blacklist International.
Yeah, it's insane to see the development, right, from both of these teams right now after those few team fights. But so far, it seems like Owl, who should be having a better time in the lane, is already behind. Like, you can even see it in the EXP disparity, and that's exactly what Occupy wants up until this stage, and it's looking bleak, especially now that both of these teams are going for the next objective.
That's a 2v2 up top. Turtle has been reset. That's the split already spent up. Edward knocking him up. There's the possession coming in to pull onto Wise. Oh, Appraiser's Wrath coming in. There's another knock up. Turtle still standing, a third of its life in. And they are going to let go. Down bottom though, they pop the Queen once more. Kill going over to Speedy, but the Turtle goes over to Blacklist International.
You can see how they're dividing and conquering, and now Blacklist are starting to adapt, figuring out where the movements are going to be. But Occupy, they want to continue this oppression down on the bot side of the map. The fact is, Speedy is still alive. He's got quite the goal lead on his hands against Owl, who's just trying to survive.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate, right? You're not accustomed to seeing this. Sure, has some damage here, but up until this point, she's not able to reach her power spike just yet.
Oh, the RWM keeping them where they need to be. Owl pops Speedy, and now from the west, there's another. Oh, that's a double for Owl. Oh, Smile was misplaced, and there's the Appraiser's Wrath and the knock-up. Still lacking the taunt, forcing out a flicker from Maro. Yue takes down the Kaja, and Leo is in trouble. There's a puncture on out, but look, Wise is gonna catch him, and will Wise finish? Oh, there it is, it's not enough. The taunt finally gets him down. Venus gets sweet revenge.
Yep, this is a collaborative effort coming in from Blacklist International right now. They've fully adjusted to how Occupy have been playing the game. They made these off-tempo plays. They didn't expect Occupy to kind of disrespect the protocols that we're all used to when it comes down to these neutral fights. And now that they've adjusted, the entire team has kind of realigned themselves, and the calls coming in for Oh My Venus, impeccable as always.
Oh no, that's a 3-man rotation up top. Down goes Agent Zero. Speedy gets a kill and a turret.
See, I love this, right? I love this back and forth. I love that Occupy are still able to trade back punches against Blacklist, who up until this point have actually taken back that economy lead. They have a turret in the top side, and now with 10 seconds remaining on the next neutral objective, both teams are going to go for it. But something to note is Wise and Leo are at the same level. Lancelot, Fredrin, who has a better chance getting that turtle?
Whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, I would say that it's pretty 50-50 as of right now. Wise now has quite a clear advantage being the level up, but notice the positions from Occupy.
Oh, Wise comes in with a taunt and then knock off the final slash. Agent Zero pops one. Smile goes down. Now Maro out of position. Look at how deep Blacklist is. Oh no, but wait, they cornered off Maro. They're going in. Edward, can he get it? And that's gonna be it. Not gonna be enough to sustain, and now the Lord is up while Occupy are 2 men down.
This is not a good position, especially for Leo. He's gonna try 1v4, but it's looking real grim here.
Oh no, they're gonna pop him. Speedy makes the most of it down bottom. That's going to be the Lord over the Blacks International, but they will have to concede this bottom lane tier to 1 turret.
And even then, it's not much of a loss, right? 2,000 gold lead already, and it's not just about the numbers, right? It's about the map control that they already have built for themselves. And one of the main things that Blacklist needs is that map control to utilize these pushes to be able to get into that back line and just prevent that damage from Smile from getting onto the members of Blacklist.
Yep, and now with the Lord pushing down on all sides, Lord empowered minions pushing it down from all sides, everywhere. Blacklist International, notice that the movements coming up from specifically Owl, he feels like he's going to get targeted again. And even for Edward, he doesn't mind too much, but at least with Wise, fishing for that information, knowing that at the very least, he can withstand the damage, and it doesn't really matter. He's got an early immortality, makes it even more of a reason why opening the map for him is going to be the best solution.
Interesting. An early immortality for the Fredrin at 9 minutes. Well, I wonder how many items he's built up. Now Blacklist threatening this mid lane tier 1. Look at the back line. The sandwich play from the duo. Edward and Wise now forcing a flicker away from Alpho as he goes for the split. And down bottom, it's Smile. Up top, it's Leo. Occupy seem to be scrambled.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they wanted to commit onto that, but they also wanted to look for something else on the map, but even that they weren't able to achieve it just yet. I'm curious to see what the items are looking like here. Whoa. Venus is still able to get out. Still Cell. Oh my God!
There's a knock-up onto Alpha. He's not going to live for long. Yue gets the kill, pushing back all of these members of Occupy behind their tier 2.
Man, that's a little unfortunate there. And this is why, especially when you have the Arlet and when you're side lanes, once you unlock him out of it, the mid tier 1s and tier 2s, as much as I would like to emphasize the tier 1 mid being one of the most important objectives on the map to give you access into the jungle, with Arlet's displacement, you can make dives from many different angles and you can make it work. Just remember, it goes from left to right.
Oh man, looking at the in-game equipment, right? Very aggressive from the mid laners. Right? I want to emphasize on this because most of the damage should rely on Xavier here in the mid-game before the carry reaches that item power spike, right? Only 2 items for him right now. Not enough damage in my opinion. It is going to feel onto Owl, but other than that...
They oblige Alpha. He wasn't expecting that much damage. They pop the XP laner now. Oh, that's a concealed play. Look at this underneath. Leo might be off position. Smile goes down. But wait, can Owl survive? There's a final slash from Edward. And now Wise surviving. He does have the immortality. Watch out. Dashing on through. Oh, this is a messy engagement. Wise is separated from the rest of Blacklist. Here comes my Venus and Owl as well. They might pop Owl's immortality. The answer is no, he lives. Leo, though, at 1/10 of his health, they push tier 1.
They finally crack open that tier 1. Wise, he doesn't mind. He may be a little low, but the rest of his team should have more than enough damage. And with the passive, he's going to regenerate with not Sky Guardian's helmet, the Guardian's helmet, back to where he needs to be. But more importantly, do they really need this Lord? Personally, I don't feel like they want it. They want Occupy to walk out of their base. They want Occupy to get wiped out so they can finally finish this off. But notice that even Occupy don't want the Lord. They recognize that they could potentially lose a fight. Play to your strengths. You have a Kaja. Look for those angles.
Yeah, they want to be masters at baiting right now, right? They need to be able to bait Occupy to be able to get more on the board. And like you mentioned, they realize that Speedy just centralizes his focus on these objectives. Edward, the only one in the base to defend.
Oh, those are 3 big siege minions. Edward has to do some work. At least Blacklist have gotten something off map. All this while, Occupy was playing footsies across. Now, Maro, look at this. Does he know that there's this bush? Oh, rings of order and lightning bombs through. No engage here.
Oh man, I mean, he almost got snagged up mid-animation of the lightning bombs with the final slash coming in from Edward, just a pixel off from clipping him. But in the meantime, this is going according to Blacklist's plan, right? They wanted to play for that early game. Unfortunately, didn't go as well as they wanted to, but they can still recover from this. Occupy, on the other hand, if they can defend this upcoming Lord, make it to the 42k mark, at least we know that they have a chance in the later minutes. I'm guessing probably around the 16th minute is when you're going to see Occupy really hit that peak.
Yeah, to put it into basic words, they just need to buy time, right? They need to buy time for Speedy to get online, for Smile as well, because at the end, Xavier, despite everything, he does still deal that damage from a really long range. And look at that kiting as we head into a tech fight time. Is it still possible for them to get to a comeback?
I I think they're going to have to sacrifice some inhibitors here, but let's jump back into the fight.
Whoa!
Whoa, real world manipulation. Enough of a box to threaten the kill here. Eventually gets Maro, and there's an ult coming in from Owl. They do clear the wave. Occupy still breathing, and they take down the Lord as well, but there's still this huge wave crashing through. They did kill the minion, the siege minion. Down goes Smile, down goes Leo, Alpha as well. Where's Speedy? Defending down bottom. He's clearing that wave, but here comes Blacklist, making a beeline for the base. Ladies and gentlemen, what a statement from the M3 World Champions. They wipe out Occupy, but they're still breathing. Maro here, a little too hasty there.
Yeah, Speedy gave up his life just to get rid of that low minion, and now Maro himself might have to do the same with the collapsing of the waves.
RWM, Maro gets his immortality popped, and just like that, Blacklist takes game 1.
Wow, Blacklist lead the series here. Best of 3, and it's funny, right? I asked you the question, is it still possible? And right as we come back from the pause, you can see Blacklist just obliterating Occupy there in the top lane. What a performance. What just the way, oh man, Blacklist still in form.
Yeah, they are still in form there, but man, the timing of that tech pause could not have been any worse. Like, yes, it is a technical issue, but Maro had also flickered into the middle to try and catch Owl at the